The January transfer window is only a few days away, and already the rumours have started. This player I'm about to speak about, for me, closes the gap massively between Arsenal and Liverpool. Arsenal won last night, but there's still a bit of an atmosphere in the Arsenal fan base. 1-0 against Ipswich. It's a clean sheet. It's 3 points, but it's not what Arsenal fans want. And we're here today to talk about two signings for me that transform Arsenal. Now, I think one of them is realistic, and I think the second one, Arsenal would have to show a huge, and I mean a huge amount of ambition to get this done. Now, make sure you go down and drop a like if you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. As I've been saying recently, 89% of everyone who watches this channel is not subscribed. So what are you waiting for? We're just over 500 subs away from 35k. Now, when I watched that Arsenal game last night, 1-0 victory against Ipswich, Gabriel misses a sitter from a 3 yards out. Odegaard had a big chance. And Bukayo Saka, the rumours are now circulating that he may miss up until March, April time. In my humble opinion, Arsenal have to categorically bring in 1 or 2 players this window as a minimum. A forward, you cannot go 3 months, 4 months maybe, without your star player and not expect a drop-off. Bukayo Saka has been world-class for Arsenal season after season after season. Only 24 years of age or 23 years of age, has over 100 Premier League goal contributions. He's played left back, he's played right wing, he's played left wing. He's absolutely insane. The output season after season after season. But you're going to be without him now for 3 or 4 months. And if you think back to the first title race that Arsenal were in, when they had that injury to Saliba, there was a significant drop-off. Arsenal have played a number of games recently where the goal scoring, especially at home, has not been as strong as it has away from home. Away from home, they've put 5 past Sporting, 5 past West Ham, 5 past Crystal Palace. You look at their home record, 0-0 against Everton, 1-0 against Ipswich, 1-0 against Shakhtar, coming from behind against Southampton, coming from behind against Leicester, 2 set-piece goals against Man United. While set-piece goals are brilliant, they need someone who can bag goals, who is bagging goals at a very good rate, who can play on the left, who can play on the right, and I think is available for around £60 million, and that is Matheus Cunha. He is an absolute baller. The guy is genuinely, if Arsenal were to sign him, that closes the gap massively for me, against Liverpool. 14 goal contributions in 18 games with 10 goals this season for Wolves. A really, really good player since he's come into the Premier League. He's available, according to some reports, for around £60 million. He can play on the left. He can play on the right. His contract expires June 30th, 2027. His predominant position is the centre forward, can play as a second striker. Fabrizio Romano has come out and said that Arsenal will be active in this transfer window. And this is coming out from Transfer News Live, which I think is the Mirror or the Sun, or I can't remember which paper it is. But it says, Arsenal are interested in a move for Wolves forward Matheus Cunha during the January window, but face a tall order to prize him away with the club in a relegation battle. With Bukayo Saka out for quote-unquote many weeks, and the likes of Leandro Trossard, Gabriel Jesus, and Martinelli underwhelming attacking, reinforcements make sense. Cunha cost Wolves 44 million just 18 months ago, so any fee would be significantly dwarf that. Wolves manager Vitor Pereira is braced for offers for Cunha, but determined to keep him this January window. He said, I hope he stays with long term, but I understand that he's a special player. He will have opportunities in his career because he's not only a special technical player, he's also a good personality. He can take the ball in a moment of pressure and make something from nothing. And I look at the form Cunha's in. Arsenal needs someone like that. I look at Martinelli, I look at Trossard, I look at Jesus. They're not prolific goal scorers. He can take the ball on the turn. He's fantastic out wide. He's great in the 1v1 situations. He's provided goals and assists. He's got more goals than Trossard, Jesus, and Martinelli combined this season. And you look at his stats. If you look at his stats compared to other forwards, you know, the numbers are incredible. Top 6% for passes attempted, top 5% for progressive passes, top 4% for progressive carries, top 3% of all forwards in Europe on successful take-ons. But look, the fact that he tracks back is exactly what Saka does as well. Top 10% for tackles, top 2% for interceptions, top 10% for blocks. You know, really, really good numbers across the board for, you know, top 12% for assists. Expected assists is top 6%. He's compared to an Arsenal player in there. You know, all these players, you know, Rafinha, top player. Cody Gakpo, top player. Anthony Gordon's been really good this season. Morgan Rogers is one of the best attacking midfielders when it comes to box in the league. Dani Olmo been really good for Barcelona. So I think he would be perfect for Arsenal. Another player being heavily linked is Marcus Rashford. Now, this one divides all opinion. He has fallen out of the pecking order at Manchester United, and we all know the likelihood is he will be sold this window. Now, part of this transfer makes sense, but part of it, for me, I don't see. He signed a contract, right, back in 2023, a 5-year deal up until June 30th, 2028, right? We all know Rashford's qualities, but we all know he is a purple patch player. When Rashford is on it, he's absolutely insane. Genuinely insane. He's had those seasons where he scored 30 plus goals, but he's also had a lot of seasons where he scored 5 or 6 or 7. He's played a hell of a lot of football in his career. You know, considering he's only 28, he's had 426 appearances for Manchester United, 143 goals and 63 assists. Rashford, for me, if you can get him on it, he's one of the best wingers in the league. But he's so inconsistent and he's rarely on it. Now, will Arteta look at it from a certain perspective of, you know, yes, I've kind of fixed Havertz. Can I fix Marcus Rashford? I think Man United will be reluctant to sell for less than £40 million. And when you look at him right now, it's a huge gamble. They've already gambled on Sterling, which hasn't really paid off. They've gambled quite a lot on Jesus, which overall, I think he's been a little bit underwhelming. They need a player to come in who can hit the ground running immediately and can really perform. Two players come to mind other than Cunha, which is Alexander Isak and Victor Gyökeres. These two Swedish strikers take Arsenal to the next level. I think the more realistic one out of the two, as it stands this January window, is Victor Gyökeres, an absolute machine for Sporting. His numbers are absolutely exceptional. 18 goals and 1 assist in 15 games. Nuts. Last season, 29 goals, 10 assists in 33 games. People are going to come out and say, look, they're going to come out and say, etc., etc., etc. It's only the Portuguese league, but he would be a fantastic player for Arsenal, and it would be the signing they need to go to the next level. The other player, which I think is a little bit unrealistic this window, but realistic in January, is Alexander Isak. He is an absolute baller. 11 goals and 4 assists in 16 games, 15 goal contributions. He is an absolute monster. Signed a contract back in for Newcastle for a record fee, of around 60, 70 million pounds. Contract expires June 30th, 2028. His record in a Newcastle shirt is very, very good. He's got 47 goals and 9 assists in 86 games. So that's 56 goal contributions in 86. He is a top player, but is it realistic, the January window? I don't necessarily think so. He would cost more than 120, 130 million pounds. Are Newcastle prepared to let him go? January's a hard window. I think there's more chance of Rashford getting signed. I don't necessarily agree with the Rashford signing than Isak, I think Matheus Cunha would, if I was an Arsenal fan, be my number one realistic option. But my number one option overall would be Alexander Isak or Victor Gyökeres. Both of those strikers take Arsenal to the next level. When you look at Isak's stats, he is in the top, 5% of all forwards in Europe this season for goals, for assists. His numbers are absolutely insane. When you look at them across the board, there is very, very few strikers out there that are on Alexander Isak's level. Only Kane and Haaland have better numbers this season alongside Gyökeres. Look at them, top 5% for non-penalty goals, top 7% for non-penalty XG. Assist is top 24%. Non-penalty XG is top 3%. Progressive carries, progressive passes, successful take-ons. They're all very, very, very good stats. And he is, of course, compared to Kylian Mbappe, Harry Kane, Vinny Jr., Omar Mamouche from Frankfurt has been very good as well. Liverpool heavily linked to him. Blocks is very high as well. He would, if Arsenal signed him, I would be like, right, okay, now they are serious. Now they are prepared to go out there and, splash the cash. But I just don't necessarily know if that's a realistic January signing. But it wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal do it, knowing the fact that they are going to be without a lot of their firepower because of Bukayo Saka's injury. They have to. It'd be criminal, absolutely criminal, if they do not go out there and sign a forward. It'd be absolutely criminal. The position they're in the league right now, second in the league. If Liverpool, for whatever, do slip up, you need to be ready to pounce. They're 6 points behind with a game in hand. Of course, Liverpool are clear favourites. Of course, they're strong favourites. But Arsenal need to show some ambition once again and go out there and buy someone who takes them to the next level. And that is Alexander Isak or Matheus Cunha or Victor Gyökeres. All three of those players comfortably starting that Arsenal front line. And you look at where they are right now, I think they have to go and break the bank. Have to go and break the bank for a forward this window. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you have subscribed. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. I'm out.